Hi guys, so we're back with day 2, August 2nd, 2023, and I am going to be talking about 3 definite things you need to keep in mind for a short trip. This is like a trip that's probably like 7 days or less than that, maybe even like 4 days, right? So the first thing I would say is always be aware and respectful of the culture that you're going to. My mom has a phrase that says, respect will take you around the world. Respect and manners will take you around the world and back, because you will generally be giving out what you want to receive in return. And when people feel that you have manners, like, listen, they're gonna be like, okay, all right, you know what, you're coming to me with that energy, I'm gonna give you this energy in return, because I know you're not familiar with this area, or you seem like a kind person, right? The other thing too is to always have small, regular, toiletries. Please, 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 please. If you're going on a short trip, you might as well just have like a little bin like what I have for myself, and a little Target basket. I think it's a guy from Target or Dollar Tree, and this particular basket just has like different things I picked up at a fair, or if I went to a hotel and they have like little toiletries of like lotion and stuff like that, I always pick those things up, and I let my siblings know about that all the time, and my friends, and say, listen, you know, if you have those little bottles, let me, I'll hold on to them. You don't want them, I'll hold on to them, and I'll refill them as many times as possible until, like, you know, they're too icky, or God forbid, I squish the bottle or something like that, right? So it's always good to have those things on hand for short trips, because you never know where you're going to end up. So having those big bottles, and you have to check a bag, or if, for instance, for me, when I went to St. Kitts, Mexico, I didn't have any problems. When I went to St. Kitts, one of the issues that some people ran into was that they didn't have a Ziploc bag. And we're online, we have TSA pre-check, we have global entry, but for some reason St. Kitts doesn't recognize that in their country. So when it came time for me to go through the lines coming back home to the US, that was an issue. It was like, why don't you have these things in a Ziploc bag? I fortunately had a Ziploc bag, but I just tossed everything into my toiletry bag, because I'm like, whatever, like, I mean, I'm going back to the US. Like, I'm not even thinking about having to go into a country, but coming out now, they wanted every single thing in there. And fortunately, everything that was in my toiletry bag that was a liquid was small enough to go into that Ziploc bag. So I didn't have that issue, but I know other people did. And I mean, you just have to be prepared. You never know what can happen. And the last thing I would say is take pictures of everything. Document. Take pictures of receipts, take pictures and videos of, document as much as you can, just because you know it's an experience that you are going to look back on and just appreciate, right? But then also for tax purposes, if you're someone who's a content creator that writes off a lot of different things, it's good to document as much as you can. And pictures and videos, receipts, what else? Your passports and documents and stuff like that. For a short trip, if you already have your pictures and stuff and actual physical copies of your passport and your state ID, maybe your social, I don't know, I feel like social's going too far. It'll be helpful. All right, so those are my short, very, very short tips, which is only like 3, right? My very short tips. Those are my very short tips for when you have to go on a short trip. All right, bye. Until tomorrow.